I hope you're having an amazing day. My name is Colin, and in this video we're going to have another look at Decimated, a full up-to-date price prediction on this amazing crypto shooter game. Nothing in this video is financial advice, it is for entertainment purposes only. The chart has been quite stable. So as of the launch, it took quite the drop after the actual IDO. There was some up and down trend, but basically as of the last 7 days, it has been quite stable, right? It hasn't moved too much up and down. There have not been any major announcements, and this is definitely reflected in the price. So a confirmed market cap by CoinMarketCap of 18.4 million, sitting just under 40 cents. Daily 24-hour volume 1.3 million. Not bad, not super great, right? As of today, in a slow downward trend, going below 40 cents, picking up quite some volume, right? Over a million, where the volume definitely before yesterday was less significant. Trading currently on Huobi and Raydium. I have Huobi right here, which will look at the chart, and Raydium as well, where you can see that the Raydium chart looks kind of cracky because there is not enough transactions being pushed through, right? There's just one transaction every half an hour or so, which basically means that we can ignore Raydium. This is also presented here, where the volume is 1.3 million in the last 24 hours on Huobi and only 23.5K on Raydium. So Raydium basically, I don't know if there's no liquidity or whatever, but it's not being utilized. Everything is on Huobi for now, which in the medium to long term might present itself as a good opportunity to add more exchanges for Decimated. One of the biggest things I would like to share with you is that last year, just prior to the actual Decimated launch, the Steam confirmed, so Decimated will be playable for demo on Steam. The team has addressed this already. So the demo, the beta, will be on Steam. There will be no in-game purchases at that moment because Steam bans NFT and cryptocurrency games, implications and ramifications for the video game industry. So they have a huge successful run. They have some type of problem with the NFTs. It's challenging for the platform. Steam's point of view that items have value, and Steam doesn't allow items that can have real world value on their platform. While I respect that choice, I fundamentally believe that NFTs and blockchain are the future, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so basically real world value is not allowed on Steam. So the volatility of these NFTs is a concern. Basically, they don't want to dive into the financial market aspect, I assume, of these NFT games, cryptocurrency games, and therefore it is currently banned. Steam, being a major player obviously in the gaming space, will be not an early adapter, which we didn't expect, right? I mean, Activision Blizzard didn't adapt yet, but there are some other companies that are exploring it at least. Maybe Steam is exploring it in the background, but for now they made a clear announcement that they are not accepting it, and hopefully in the near future they will, which most likely I believe that they will, just not for now. The Decimated team addressed this issue, saying that the beta will have no in-game purchases and is not directly linked to the DO token. It is just for playability, as you can see in this video right here, which basically means that the beta testing can continue as they are actively playing. They are hosting tournaments for the beta, so the users have definitely one of the best beta experiences I believe that they can have. As I mentioned before in my previous video when I covered Decimated, the team is a lot more focused on delivering a product than it is focused on the investment opportunity for investors. I will back up this argument later when we look at the actual Discord, where communication has basically almost stopped. When we look at the overall gameplay, obviously it's amazing. They're doing tournaments. It is an active playing mode. It shows tremendous potential. Now, one of the big bottlenecks, perhaps, I haven't researched it thoroughly, is that Decimated, when it does plan to go live with their game, needs to host it somewhere else, or they're going to host the game themselves, or they're going to make it an installation, but they cannot use the Steam Marketplace. Basically, I assume, because the beta is there, that was supposed to be the original ID, Now it has been banned by Steam. So what is the plan? What are we going to do next, right? Which I think is a very important next step, or could be a potential bottleneck, so to say, when you're not really confident in where the project will go, right? So I'm just going to pause this for a second. When we look at the actual price, this is quite clear, right? Although there are some flips, right? So there's like a 5, sometimes 10% difference. It moves up and down. You can see the downward trend according with the Bitcoin pattern as well. However, a lot of these microcap games, they tend to perform a lot better when the team engages the investment audience from the IDO. So they were definitely really active after the IDO and before the IDO. So this is the Discord, 20th, 21st, 22nd, 24th, 27th, 28th, 29th. Then there was a week between these two announcements, the 5th of January. And that was the last announcement. That was 10 days ago. 10 days without the team making any formal announcements in their Discord, which raises the question for me, what are they actually doing? So they definitely focused on the in-game content, right? They do a sweepstake team battles, super dope. I'm loving it. Can definitely respect that the project is so product focused, but I have mentioned this when they were doing the IDO, that in my opinion it's a little bit too product focused, right? They need a marketing team, they need to get this project out there. We can now officially announce that Decimated.net will be in Unreal Engine 5. Okay, so more regarding the development. Decimated explained. All right, the game, where to buy your token. So on Twitter, there's quite some more activity going on. They're retweeting a little bit. They're posting the YouTube videos from this guy. Who's this guy? Okay, I don't know him. He doesn't have a huge following, but he's followed by Decimated. Why is Decimated not following me? I have more followers than this guy, and I've already made 4 videos on them. Decimated, if you're watching this, come on, follow your boy. When we look at the actual roadmap, that's basically the first thing when I would make, I will open up Steam just to check it out. So it doesn't have any reviews yet. There's an early access. They have some Q&As. Okay, so why early access? We're play testing. I think this is amazing, right? How long will this game be in early access? 6 months, okay. Pre-alpha, all right. So there's a to be determined date on the actual release, which will not happen on Steam, right? But the early access will still run for 6 months, right? Ish. I think the early access just opened end of December, so we're looking all the way until June. So the timeline for Decimated is nowhere near short term, which is not a problem, right? I'm making this price prediction to give you a good view of what this game can do, but we're definitely looking at a medium to long term hold, which in my opinion for my portfolio at the moment makes Decimated less interesting, right? I'm very much focused on the flips, and the projects that I do hold for the very, very long term have significantly low risk. I'm not saying that Decimated has high risk, so to say. When I look at this project, it looks absolutely amazing, right? I would rate this an A+ quality game. Obviously, the team, very product focused, has been working on this for years, and that has definitely paid off in terms of the quality of the actual gameplay, which we've seen so far. Most of the crypto games that have launched are still in development or are to be released for months, if not years. However, the Decimated timeline of 6 months until the pre-alpha does schedule a point where they're playing right now. Why do they need so long? Are they still working on the game? What's going to happen? And the only thing, in my opinion, that can really push the price is something related to the NFTs, but that would conflict with Decimated being on Steam for the beta pre-alpha stage. right? So if they would give you NFTs, they have no utility yet, which is obviously unfortunate. If they would list more exchanges, you get more adoption potentially, but the token has no utility. So things that could benefit here is single asset staking, all the basic crypto concepts, NFT staking perhaps, but it would dilute the market cap, right? There would be more circulating supply in that point, which basically would increase the market cap and potentially overvalue the project at this point. For a project being in this early stage, right, pre-alpha, looking at a timeline 6 to, 12 months, they mentioned the pre-alpha, approximately how long will this game be in early access? 6 months. If I count from December onwards, we're talking about May, June 2022, right? Which gives me an indication that this has tremendous potential, but could be limited in terms of rewards for investors in the short term, right? Keeping in mind that if we pull this up on CryptoRank, and we pull up the DO token right here, Decimated, we move to the IDO section. It has done a 7.8x since the IDO, which is great, right? It's very, very nice. All-time high 14. The lockup is weekly, released over 3 months. So there will be, in the private sale, weekly release over 12 months. 1.5 million, 500,000. So with no major announcements in regards to staking, NFT purchases, including utility, of course, a roadmap in terms of where we can expect the actual alpha, pre-alpha, those type of things, this token will slowly increase the supply, where the demand will either decrease or be maintained unless other major exchanges would be connected. But I don't see no use in connecting more major exchanges except from pumping the price, but there's no product. Yes, I think that's extremely important to note. I would love to see some roadmap here, and I assume they have the roadmap here somewhere, where, because they updated the website from last time I looked at it. Let me try to see your roadmap. See if I can pull that up. Nope. All right, let me see. Somebody must have asked this before. When game launch? Early this year in pre-beta. This year, Q1, yep. All right. There's no staking. It's going to be 2023 before you can play Decimated. Nobody answered that question, unfortunately. But this question is obviously answered quite a lot, which means that the roadmap is not clear, right? So the pre-beta is running in Q1, pre-beta. Then they do the beta, the pre-alpha, alpha, game launch. Yeah, you're probably looking, I don't know much about gaming, but 1 to 2 years before it actually has full mass adoption. And the game, the story, it's looking super cool, right? It definitely has tremendous potential. I'm just thinking that maybe they launched the token a little bit too early. But what the hell do I know about video games and their tokens? Not that much, because I've never owned a project like this. However, the Steam issue is obviously apparent. I think if this would hold stable between 20 and 30 cents long term, right, I think it would do quite well, unless there are some major announcements. So staking will definitely help, especially if there's like a 180-day lockup, something like this, to cut the supply. Because the vesting will release supply, which dilute the fully diluted market cap will then obviously have the market cap. Sorry, I'm confusing myself. The market cap will then increase based on the fully diluted market cap as well, because the more tokens are in active circulation at that point, right? That's basically what I want to say, the major point. So without additional marketing activities from the team, which we haven't really seen so far, this project will go in a stable downtrend, right? And when I say downtrend, I don't mean 1% per day, right? But maybe 1% per month. And if it takes 24 months, that's 1/4 of the actual total value of the project gone, unless obviously the gaming takes a huge spike, and the team has a good solution for the Steam problem, has a rapid progress in the game, and so to say. So we'll definitely return to Decimated in the future, but I don't think this has short-term opportunity for my personal investment choices. I will not add this to my portfolio anytime soon, but I will keep up to date on the actual project. That's everything for Decimated in this video. Let me know what you think about the game, the upcoming updates, the problems potentially that they're facing, and the price moving forward. In the comments down below, I'll make sure to have a look, interact, maybe have a small discussion. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.